It's going to show this screen, but I'm not going to do this one yet because I did promise you we'll get in a little AI today, and maybe I'll give you some easy way. Because AI, as we get into AI here in a minute, we talk about how that AI needs to talk like you, walk like you, act like you, and a lot of you are still lost on how to do that. If you're just, and it doesn't matter what AI, they all do the same thing. I am going to be unveiling a new AI tool at Legacy Real Estate. For those of you at Homes of Idaho, it's already been unveiled. We're going to be unveiling it at Legacy Real Estate in about a month or about 3 weeks, probably at our next sales meeting. So that would be next week, possibly. And this new technology is another AI. You know, there's so many AI tools out there, but is there one that does it all? That you can do anything and everything in there? Or are there just so many and we're so confused? There's so many and we're so confused. They're coming out left and right. There's ones that create people that look like an actual person talking. All right, there's all this different stuff going on, and it's just so confusing. So I'm going to make it a little easier for you today, and then next week, those of you at Legacy Real Estate, we're going to unveil one that I think you're going to really love because it's going to make it even simpler for you, so you're not so lost and confused. But before I do that, I wanted to do this. So let's talk about our big rocks. What are our big rocks? Stephen Covey, all right, talks about the big rocks. The ones that we cannot not put on this blank sheet of paper right here, okay? I'm going to tell you, and a lot of coaches won't do this. They'll tell you, look, focus on your lead measures first. Get those things done first, the ones that are going to bring you business first, all right? And I'm going to say, I'm a family man, all right? I want you to put your family on here first. All right, so I've got a date night with my wife, and it's this weekend. I'm gonna make sure I got that on the calendar. Date wife, date wife, date. I'm dating my wife. It is date night with Laura. All right, so now I got that on the calendar, and I'm gonna give a little more time. We'll go 2 hours there. Okay, so I got that on there. How about this? I've got my daughter has horse riding practice on Wednesday. Cambria horse riding practice. Okay. And I'm gonna make that a little bit longer because I think it goes all the way until 7:30. Okay. And what else? What else are other things we have going on? As you see, these are red. Okay, they're red. Color coding your calendar is cool. It's because if it's red, is it important? Is it yellow? Is it important? I like doing green for lead measures because that's something that's got to happen. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to get a new listing today. Can I get a new listing today? Yes, you can. Every one of you can. All right. So you could either live your business, running this business like a roller coaster to where you're never actually consistently selling. If you want to learn how to run your business in a way that it doesn't matter what market you're in, follow this path. Follow Stephen Covey's book. Follow the many successful agents out there that you see listing all the properties. If you ask them how their day starts, they'll tell you. They will tell you because they know you won't do it. But prove them wrong and do it. Listen to them. Success leaves clues. I love it. Brian Eisner always says that. I mean, he's the lead coach at the company that I've worked with for 7 years now with Brian, and man, he's very smart in this stuff, guys. And every one of you have access to the online learning center. You should be doing a training a day. It's very important, okay, to do one a day. It'll motivate you, get you moving. All right, so what do I have on Monday? So this is Wednesday. I should already be thinking about next week. What do I have going on Monday? Well, I actually have let's see, I have some lag measures I'm doing, but I don't have any big rocks yet. Now, some of you work other jobs, and maybe it's hard to do this. Maybe it's hard to set this up, but if you don't work another job, then you do work a job. This is your job. So guess what? My job is 10 hours a week. Wow, that's it, just 10 hours a week. Okay. So if I want to be that top producer, now I'm going to tell you why most top producers, choose to do lead generating in the morning. A reason why is because that phone starts ringing once 11 o'clock comes around. Between 11 and 1 o'clock, you know it, your phone gets busy, starts ringing. Next thing you know it, you don't have any time to do anything else. You put it down and you got beat today. It happens. We get beat from time to time. Just don't let it happen again tomorrow. So 9 a.m., if you want to sleep in and get up and start your day at 9 a.m., I don't know why my calendar does this, but it always starts at, it always does that minute. So I'm gonna do 11 o'clock. And this is lead gen, okay? Now, what did I say I was gonna do with that? Said I was gonna make it green, because green is money, okay? The reason why I do that, so there's 2 hours of money-making time right there. 2 hours of money-making time. This is my job. My job's not rubbing elbows with other agents unless I'm a broker owner, which I am. So that's part of my job personally. But as a real estate, with my real estate hat on, my job is generating new business. Now, I can't just, can I do 10, 10, 5? Yeah, that's, 10 likes, love, shares, hearts, emojis, 10 direct messages to somebody, and 5 shares on social media or direct message to them. Can I do that? Yeah, I could do that during this time. Should I be, but you got to be very careful. Okay. So if you use your cell phone, you're more likely playing. But I do know some video posting works a lot better these days on cell phones. They all do. They work better on cell phones than they do on the desktop. But you can, I use an Apple computer. So what I do is when I'm social media marketing, I take the videos from here, and then with a couple buttons, I can share it directly into my Apple computer. And then from right there, I can do my posting. So now I'm sitting down and I'm working at a computer for 2 hours straight of direct lead measures. And I've been very vocal on social media my entire career. Social media has changed my life. It actually completely helped my business take off like a rocket, but you've got to be consistent with it using a calendar like this. So let's see, was there any other big rocks I need to put on here? Let's start with big rocks being family. Secondly, lead generating new business. Is there any other big rocks I need to put on my calendar? If not, lead gen is going to go here again, and we're going to spread that out again to 11 o'clock. And I'm going to change it again to green because green is money. Okay, so I got day 2. Now I can schedule this all week, but here's the problem. It just says lead gen. Now, once you become a top producer, that's okay, because you already know your habits. Remember, we're building habits here. Consistency is the key. You got to build habits consistently every day. So I can keep going on here and do another one right here. Or I could just simply say, okay, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to change it, and I'm going to mark it as it does repeat Monday through Friday. Let's see, weekly on Tuesday, Monday through Friday, and I'm going to save it. Now I got my whole week planned out. Okay, so I know now that nothing can get in the way of this right here. So what happens before this call? If I have to start, in law enforcement, we had to show up 15 minutes early or we were considered late. That's just how it worked. So if I jump in here and I do 8 o'clock to 9, okay, and I say business prep, okay, business prep. Now I'm going to make that green too, but I'm going to make it a different color green. I'm going to repeat that too Monday through Friday, and I'm going to save it. So now I have business prep on there. Why is that important? Because if I'm not on time, I'm late. If I'm starting lead generating, that means my headset's going in my ears, and I'm going to start at 9 o'clock, and I'm going to hit it hard with lead measures, with big rock items. These are the things that are going to bring me future money. It's not something I have right now. That's reactive work. So guess what I'm going to do at 11 o'clock? Business servicing. Because I do need to have that time in my servicing. Did I spell that right? I do need to have time in my calendar to do business servicing. Now, I'm an orange guy, so I'm going to make that orange, and I'm going to repeat that same thing there. Now, here's the deal. If you have 1 or 2 under contract, okay, and you're saying I am too busy to have this type of calendar, Sean, I'm going to call you a liar. I'm sorry. I'm being bold, guys. This is a coaching call. Get used to it. Because you do have time. I know this as a fact because I closed 80 something units in 1 year by myself, and then accelerated to 250 units in a year, 252 to be exact. Did I have time? Yes. I just had to hire people to handle a lot of the tasks that needed to happen, so I could not let this stop. If this stopped, I would not consistently continue to do that for about 7, 8 years straight. until we started building a brokerage and then growing in another way. And that's what happens. You grow, guys. If you're not growing forward, you're going backwards. If you're not going forward, you're going backwards. If you're not going forward, you're going backwards. So you've got to consistently grow and think, okay, first and foremost, I'm the employee and I got to put myself to work. And then after that, I'm going to start hiring people to handle those tasks so I can consistently continue to do this right here. This is the most important secret sauce. This is the only thing that's going to allow you to continue to grow. But I'm gonna be bold and honest with you again. You could, if you've got 10 under contract right now, okay? 10 under contract or less, your business servicing can be done in an hour. If you're telling me it takes 2 or 3 hours to do business servicing, you're only tricking yourself. You're not tricking me, you're not tricking anyone else. Okay? Because the business servicing side, when I ended up hiring somebody and I was paying them $400 per transaction to meet all inspectors, contractors, handyman, all these different things, when I saw that happening, that's when I look at my wife's controlling my calendar. She just took something off my. Did you guys see that disappear right now? Just disappeared? My wife took it off my calendar. She has access. Your family should have that on the calendar. I didn't tell her ahead of time I was going to be creating a new calendar. So it just popped up on her, so she deleted it. But anyway, that's an important thing to do. You know, that shows good communication between you and your spouse and your family members to have that shared calendar. So my wife always knows what I have going on, and I always know what she has going on. But that key part right there, okay, is that this, when I hired that guy and paid him $400 to just crack open doors for inspectors, appraisers, if my buyer wanted to get a second view of a house, if I couldn't make it over to show, I always told my buyers, just so you know, I do have a buyer agent. So you're running a business, right? Are you running a business? You are. So as a business owner, allow your clients to know that, hey, I do have people that help me crack open doors sometimes. Just know all they do is crack open doors. And so if you, it's not about me and my schedule. It's about you and your schedule. This is your purchase. So on the date and time you want to see the house, I'm going to get you into the date and time for you, not me. All right. As long as it works for you, that's what's most important. I got to get you in there. If you can't sell that to a buyer, you need to probably start sharpening those skills, because you can do that. You can use an assistant to help you crack open those doors, licensed assistant. They can do that. You can do that. So having that person there was key for me. And I realized real quick that the lag measures were not taking up so much time in my day as I thought, because he wasn't that busy. And I had over 20 something under contract at one time and about 11 listings going on at one time during the busiest peak time of my career when I was doing it myself before I started really growing the support staff. This was when I was about 80 to 90 units a year by myself, which is me and a transaction coordinator. Actually, I had a transaction coordinator and an assistant to handle that. And I brought him on to help me crack open doors. I learned real quick that he wasn't that busy, that it was in me. It was my crazy head and my mind thinking that I had to do all those lag measures to keep me busy. But no, they weren't there. They weren't as busy as I thought they were. It's called busy work, guys, for a reason, because we make it think and we make it engulf our schedule, and it really shouldn't be happening. What should be happening each and every day is the green stuff. And then the orange stuff, the servicing has a time in your schedule. Now back here, over here, we could do some more servicing here, or if I don't have anything under contract, then I can do a little more of this stuff. Now just know that your things are going to try to get in your way. It's time to pick up pick up the kids from school. You're going to have other things starting to happen. And so it's going to be kind of difficult to keep this going like this. And that's okay, because once you get crazy busy, you can start pulling back on some of these items. That's the fun part. That's the faucet. It's wide open and you close it down. So now I'm starting to put things together. I'm going to throw this back on the calendar over here and see if my wife changes it. Cambria's horse riding practice. See if she kicks it off there again. She probably will. I'm going to throw that back on there. All right. So, and then what else do I have? Maybe I have Dad and Donuts over here. We all like to go to Dad and Donuts with your daughter at school. or whatever activities going on. Now I don't have that this week, but I'm just telling you that if I had that, that's a big rock. It needs to go in there. I'm starting to see this calendar for next week come into play. Now, this is your time card. This puts you to work each day. You got to clock in and clock out, just as if you're going to work for Joe over at the local discount supermarket. You would clock in and clock out, taking on that other job, working that other job. But it was you and your responsibility to put yourself to work. And if you had to take on that other job, it's because you weren't putting yourself to work each and every day. This is top producer mentality, guys. I want you to have that top producer mentality. How do they do it? How did they do it? I'm teaching you what I've done, and this is how it works. I'm teaching you what I've coached others to do and watch them do it. In a market like we're in right now, which by the way, interest rates went down again yesterday. Great news, okay? It'd probably go back up, but we'll see how it goes. The bond market might go up, might go down, who knows? But when that happens, you want to position yourself to pass people up in those straightaways. Right now we're in curves. If you pass them up in curves, you're going to blow them away in the straightaways. So right now is the time for you to get this calendar on track and stick to it. Don't let it beat you. Stick to this. Put your big rocks on first. That's family and most important items, your lead generated, and then start filling in the servicing. That could be going to you on Professionals Network as long as it doesn't get in the way over here. Now, what happens if Dad and Donuts ends up being right here? What do? I'm just going to delete that. No, you move it. There is nothing wrong with modifying this calendar. It's made to do that. But what's not made to happen is to remove it. You're not allowed to remove it. You can move it around. Maybe you have a working lunch. If you've ever worked for someone else, did you ever have a working lunch where, hey guys, we got to get this done. We're on a quota today. We got to get this done. So we're going to have a working lunch today, but I'm buying. Okay. But I need you to be on board. Has that ever happened to you? Is it legal? In some states it may not be, but has it happened? Yeah. Bet you all of you can shake your head. Yeah, it's happened. I've had a working lunch before. Okay, great. Then work through your lunch. Eat your lunch while you do some lead generating. Eat some lunch while you do some other things. You've got a lunchtime. So do I put lunchtime in here? Yeah, lunchtime. Does that go in there? Yeah, because this is your time clock, and you want to make sure that you're running it like a true business. Maybe I'll color that something else. Now I'm starting to see this calendar making sense. All right, so I'm having a working lunch on this one, or I can move it over here. Look how much more time I still have in my schedule. For me, I'm going to have some coaching calls in here. So Nick Cameron, very top producing real estate agent in the Modesto area, Modesto, California, has a team of 11. He closed 200 and something transactions in 2023, not 2024. That was a difficult year, 2023. He has 40 coaching clients actively, and his team of 11 closed 200 and some odd transactions. How did he do that? How did he have time in the day to do that? It's because he doesn't lie to himself. He can easily fill a schedule doing other things that's not going to get in the way of his schedule, and that's going to keep happening over and over again, or he can live by his calendar and make his calendar put him to work each day. So he has all these coaching clients throughout the day, 40 a month, 40 coaching clients a month, and he meets them every week for 30 minutes only, and he gives them a strict 30-minute time. Your brokers, by the way, coach with Nick Cameron. Jenny Madrid, Colby Lampman. Two top brokers, one in California, one in Idaho. They both coach with Nick Cameron. That's their coach. If you don't have a coach, you need to have a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, you need people need to be on this call, at least get them on this call. Okay. So we can hold you accountable. But that coach holds people accountable each week. That's why people invest the money into a coach, because they hold them accountable each week. They have a one-on-one time with them to look over their calendar and say, okay, here's my calendar. I failed this week. Okay, this is what you're going to do this week, and it's going to happen. I don't want to hear another fail next week, right? That's a coach. All right, I got a coach, and make him help you, hold you accountable, hold you to the fire to the difficult task that you know you need to do. All right, I beat that one to a pulp. I hope you love it. I hope you take it to heart. It's very, very important, everyone. Extremely important. All right, so I'm going to give you a little AI today for those of you that need a little brush up on AI. And I'm going to use ChatGPT, but like I said, any one you use will work. What is an AI for? AI is your personal assistant. You could go hire a personal assistant to put together a marketing plan to market your new listing. You can go hire ChatGPT to do it for a minimal cost. I think I pay 25 bucks a month for this. You can do it for free, but to pay 25 bucks, I get a lot more options, a lot more things that go on. There's a lot more that I can do. But before any AI you use, guys, don't just go out there and start using it, because that's when you start getting most of you are just going to use it for your listing presentation or your listing descriptions, and you're going to say the epitome of excellence with views that are extravagant and can be seen for miles. Oh my gosh, I'm choking and dying right now. I hope you are too. Come on now. You've got to make it talk like you, walk like you, act like you, and be you. You got to make it do things. So first go to the settings and get in here and do some things in here. Actually set some things up so it's working for you, and it looks like you and acts like you. It could be your speech. How do you want the speak language to be, and different things like that. All right, there's so much you can do in here to make it act like you. Okay. Customize your chat GPT. That's an important thing. So what did I do? I went over to the settings, upper right-hand corner. I clicked on the settings. I went to customize my chat GPT. I want it to act like me, talk like me, walk like me. What should GPT call you? I don't want you to call me Sean. I want you to call me Joe. What do? I'm a real estate coach. Coach and broker owner. There you go. That's what I do. Okay. Now I'm going to get in here, and what traits should ChatGPT have? This is where you can get in here and get a little more specific. And if you click this little button, it'll tell you. I'm not even clicking it, I'm just hovering over it. Use a formal professional tone. Be casual and chatty. Be opinionated. If a question could have multiple answers, try to give only the best one. So that's just giving you a little example of how you can make it act like you and talk like you. Mine says structure of replies. Number one, I actually made it. Number one, begin with a concise summary that can be delivered in 20 seconds. I don't want some big old long dissertation when I ask a question. This should capture the essence of the response, follow up with the detailed version, and that expands on the summary, uh, providing providing depth, bullet points, and additional insights. What tone did I want it? I wanted to maintain a tone that is somewhat between formal and casual. Right? I'm pretty casual, pretty chill and kick back. This should be professional yet approachable. Now, I want it to get a little more. I want it to know. I want it to address. When referring to me personally, use Sean Cardoza. Actually, I'm going to change that. This is how easy it is to change it. Use Sean. Just be real. When mentioning my company, refer to Rocop Coaching or ICC Coaching, Eisenhower Coaching and Consulting, Eisenhower Coaching and Training. Refer to it as Legacy Real Estate Inc. or Homes of Idaho or Cardozo Real Estate Group or whatever it is your team is that you're part of. You want it to refer to you a certain way. Brevity and clarity. Okay, I want it to value brevity and clarity. That's nonsense. Ensure that responses are well structured and easy to follow using bullet points. Now, this is where it started getting in a little more like me. Mastering AI basics, introduction, prompts and customizations, Eisenhower Coaching and Consulting, all rights reserved. I just want to make sure it covers all that. Contextual awareness, tailor response to reflect an understanding of my roles and my interests of who I am. All right, leadership, business, finance, those are my things, my wants, my likes. And man, I need to get in here and modify mine a little more. When relevant, incorporate insights and examples that align with philosophies of Rick Fuller and Brian Eisenhower, because I believe that Rick Fuller and Brian Eisenhower are two amazing, amazing real estate coaches or leaders in the industry. So I want it to reflect those guys. Actionable advice, where applicable, include actionable advice or strategies that can assist in real estate business growth, leadership development, and investment success. My speaking style, who I am. Okay, I'm casual yet professional, but I like to introduce myself by my first name. All right, I don't want you to, if you think about politicians, why do they put their last name in bold? Okay, Cardoza for, I don't know, president. No, vote for me. Sean is really small. All right. In my professional world, though, I actually I want people to know me for Sean. My name's Sean, right? Cardoza, a lot of people will say, hey, Sean Cardoza. Oh, yeah, I know Sean Cardoza. Or, oh, no, don't know who the heck the guy is. Okay, well, that's who I am, though. I just want to be very personal with people. On my signature line, I only like to include my full name, contact phone number, and email address because it'll actually do that much more. Anything else that you should note about me? That I'm in the USA. I like books, real estate broker, real estate coach and consulting, mortgage lender. I like those. Any books on that? Professional focus areas, AI, leadership development, increased sales productivity, and aspirations. Passionate about all aspects of real estate. I aim to assist professionals and investors in scaling their real estate ventures and expanding their asset portfolios. Inspirational figures. Dave Ramsey's huge. I mean, I really truly believe getting out of financial debt. That way you can live like no other. Does that mean I not leverage some of my real estate to buy other real estate? Nope, I do. I truly believe in leveraging money to buy more. John Maxwell, Leadership Principles, amazing Christian guy. I love the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Great book. Anything Simon Sinek, the guy's a genius. I've used his stuff for years. Then of course, Brian Eisenhower, and then objectives with ChatGPT. I got my objectives in there on what I want it to do, how I want it to talk, walk, and act like me. So now I save it and I'll go back and change it. I've gone back, as you can see, I've added other things to it over time. I need to get in there and put some spaces and make it, but ChatGPT will be fine. It'll handle it. Now, when I talk to ChatGPT, I want to talk to it as if I'm telling it who it is. So today you are a real estate professional. Okay, that's who you are. Um, I, you have a new listing located at 1234 fake address in Tulare, California. Let's see, what else do I want it to do? What should we make it do? How about how about this? Yeah, here we go. Create a weekly marketing plan for daily neighborhood contacts marketing plan for daily neighborhood contacts to tell the neighborhood about the listing. Use social media, neighborhood farming, and sphere of influence. Use the internet and systems that have been working well for others to come up with ideas. Also, use the attached book reference on farming for more details. Make it no more than 800 words. There we go. What do you think of that? Did I do good? Fix that misspell. You see how I'm just talking to it, telling it what I want, and then I'm going to click this little button here, and I'm going to upload a file right out of my computer. Let's see. I'm going to go with farming, flipping, harvest. Let's see. Looking for books. Change this real quick. I want it by name. There we go. Books recommended reading. Let's see. Books. Did I miss it? There it is. Books recommended reading. And I want farming. Let's see. Farming book. Okay. I'm going to upload that. I can upload a second book. How about, I saw another good one in there I could use. How about prospecting SOI? Let's upload SOI in there too. There. It's reading that book right now. And that's a big book, by the way. Those are two big books that Brian Eisenhower wrote. And now I'm going to send it. Now it's reading it. And that fast, it's already putting it together, a full marketing plan to help me market this listing I just got. If I was to hire somebody to do this job, and I'm probably going to pay them what? $3,000, $4,000 a month, administrative assistant, something like that, maybe 3,500. I don't know what I'm going to pay them to do this job. It's going to take them a little time to put this together, right? So in this case, I just put together, let's see, just listed announced, create a high quality just listed post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Include professional photos, short property. Now I want to continue. Look, it even gave me hashtags in there. Isn't that cool? Local Facebook groups next door. So it's, I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. It's telling me to use next door, like Facebook groups. Check that out. Email blasts and SOI past clients. Okay, cool. Social media boost it, paid ad. It's telling me to do some paid ads. So that was just Monday. That was just Monday. Oh shoot, I thought that was every day of the week. Now it gave me Tuesday. So this is what I'm going to go to work on my new listing Tuesday. So guess what? If you don't have any listings, but your team does or your brokerage does, you can still do this same thing and it can put you to work every day. This thing just gave me a job. It gave me work to do as a real estate professional. From neighborhood tours on Wednesdays to blog posting on Wednesdays. How many of you blog post? I do. I blog post. By the way, if you go to cardozorealestategroup.com, you click on blog, you'll see my recent blog post. I think the last one I did was about a week ago. I like to do them every week if possible, but it's hard sometimes. But I got a time block just like you. Thursday, I'm hitting my sphere of influence on Thursday. Friday, open house. Saturday, I even put Saturday and Sunday. I didn't even tell it. It's still working, guys. It's still putting together this marketing plan for me. But what it's doing is it's giving me a job to do and it's making me work. Now, guess what? I can go up here and take Monday and I can either copy this and paste it in here, or I can say, thank you, because you are cool. Take Monday's social media launch and let's see, you can even, it'll probably grab some Dolly stuff in here if I say, put together let's see what it'll do. I've done this before, it's been a while, but ChatGPT or any AI is changing all the time and getting better, better and better. Graphical, um, graphical, flyer for this address to post on my social media. I don't know. Let's see what it'll do. It might grab because I pay extra. Look I pay for Dolly. So now it's creating a visual. Now it may not be perfect exactly how I want it. Then again, it may. It'll even do PDFs. If I say put this in a PDF format, it'll put together in a PDF format and give it back to me as well. And then I can modify it how I want, do what I want with it, upload it into Google, something like that. Let's see what it does. So this is my social media piece. Now, if I was to hire someone to do this to me too, it would take about the same amount of time for me to explain it to that administrative assistant I just hired. And then they're going to take probably a couple days to put it together, right? Now, are those people important? Yes, social media administrative assistants are amazing, and there are some on this call that work with us at Legacy, which is good because this is stuff that you could be using to do some of the marketing pieces we need for our brokerage and teams to help the teams with some of the stuff that, I mean, this system is, these AI systems they're scary, but they're only going to get better. And by the way, I'm using ChatGPT 4.0. It's not 4.0 or anything like that. And I can't remember what the O stands for. I totally forgot. Some of you guys might know, but I can't remember what it is. But let's see. Oh, it looks like the image generated didn't go through. However, I can design a high quality real estate flyer. Okay. So it was trying to do the image and it failed. It's okay. Fell forward. Now instead, it's going to do a flyer for me instead. Okay, there we go. Cool. There you go. Look at that. So it just created a post. Instead of doing an image, because it was struggling with the image, it turned around and made a post. But I do know what will make images. I'll show you how my daughter uses it right now. So there's an easy post. I could just copy that, and it even threw the hashtags in there for me. And I can paste it right into my social media and go to town. All right. Any questions on good old ChatGPT or anything else in here that you're doing? Let me show you how my daughter got a hold of it. By the way, ChatGPT has a great app now that works really well. DALL-E is it more does imagery and different stuff like that, so it can continue on that. But one thing before I get off of this, I want you to make sure you realize all these get saved in here, these projects, okay? So if I continue in this project here, it will continue to feed more and more and more and more in depth. I don't want to go start a new one if it's on this property. I want to keep using it. So I can come back a week later and do another week. Change it up a little bit. Take that week and let's modify it and let's do it again. And each week's putting you to work with more and more things you could do each and every day. Remember, we're trying to fill this lead gen calendar right here with activities. So we're having our assistant, because you're a professional and you're a business owner, put together and fill in those. So I can keep filling it in over and over again. Here's my daughter. Let's see. She does this stuff all the time. Oh my goodness. A cat and dog in a picture. There's another one. Unusual friends. They're definitely unusual friends, cat and dog. Let's see. Unusual. Oh my gosh. It just goes on and on. Oh, she uploaded a picture. Can you animate this photo? And that's what it ended up coming out. I thought it actually did better than that. It'll take a photo and it'll do things. She loves Sonic and all that. But look at all this crazy stuff my daughter. I gotta fight her from my phone anymore and tell her no. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, good stuff. I hope you learned something today. If there's any questions you have on any of this stuff, guys, just know that these systems are going to get more and more intel. Like I said, for those of you at Legacy, we're going to be unveiling some new software that's going to be coming pretty soon. That's going to actually incorporate a lot of these different ones into one platform for you. It's amazing. I wish Adam Collins was on here. He could tell you a little about it because he went to the training recently and yeah, loved it. So that's what I got for you today, guys. If you don't have any questions for me, I hope you have a blessed week and reach out if you have any questions or need any extra coaching. I'm here to help you.